the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on, in the middle of all this. It all started, on Monday, February 10, when a Court of Appeal sitting in Akure gave a judgment on the application filed, by the APC, and Milord, in their wisdom, gave their ruling, and that has been a subject of controversy and open up to interpretation by different, even lawyers, the learned folks who are interpreting it in different ways. The APC has their own narrative on this matter. In fact, they said Milord, by that ruling, has given them the leeway to resume, their positions, because they were sacked in 2022 by the court as well. So they now have the backing of the law to go back and claim or reclaim what belongs to them. The APC and the state government are saying, no, that wasn't expressly written in that law, in that ruling. But the way the CTC came out, and everybody have been making, use of the same thing to interpret what that really means to them as well. And it became, worse on Monday this week, when an attempt was made by the sacked APC chairman and councillors to take back their, those secretariats. And whole hell broke loose, and officially, and 6 people died on both sides of the divide, with scores being wounded as well. Before that, the state governor, Governor Adeleke, gave a press conference to say they had information that these persons, the APC, been, buoyed by the former governor, is leading a takeover of this secretariat, and they called the president, they called the Inspector General of Police to rein in on the matter. But then on Monday, what happened? People died, in different parts of the state. Very sad as well. And we maintain our stance on this program to say either it's APC or PDP or no party at all, every life is very precious. And since then, the center has refused to hold. The state governor said, in fact, everybody, please stay away from the local secretariats. And we learned as well, there was a release from the APC in which they say, in honor of some of their fallen members, that everyone should please not go to the secretariat again. But that was not the story. Yesterday, most of the secretariats were taken over. We learned as of last night, 14 of them by APC chairman, the sacked APC chairman, and some of their supporters and councillors as well. So people have been talking on the matter. The State House of Assembly, through Mr. Speaker Adewale Agbedun, spoke on the matter. In fact, a motion of public importance was moved at the floor of the Nigerian House of Representatives by Honorable Bamidele Salam, in support of the PDP caucus in the House, or PDP caucus in the House as well. It's a lot. But today we have stakeholders, in this business, in this matter, in this state with us, both virtually and physically. But so that you have a hang of what has happened so far, please take a look.
Today, members of the opposition party in the state, the All Progressive Congress, APC, forcefully broke into local government secretariats across the state. This unlawful invasion is not only a direct attack on our democratic institutions, but also a clear violation of the rule of law and a threat to public peace and order. Even more disturbing is the fact that security agencies who are meant to uphold the law were present while these illegal acts were being carried out. This is unjust, unlawful, and unacceptable. We have found that the Federal High Court's judgment remain binding and must be respected by all parties until set aside by a competent court. The Osun State House of Assembly is not unaware of the close relationship between Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola, the former governor of Osun State, and the current Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, and the Inspector General of Police. However, while personal relationship may exist, the security of Osun State must never be sacrificed on the altar of friendship at the expense of the rule of law. The Inspector General of Police must act swiftly and decisively to, number one, ensure that all illegal occupants of the local government secretariat are evicted immediately. 2. Arrest and prosecute all individuals involved in this unlawful invasion. 3. Hold accountable any police officers who facilitated or failed to prevent this illegal act. The Osun State House of Assembly assures the people that no amount of intimidation, violence, or political desperation will stop the democratic process. We also call on security operatives to carry out their duties professionally, ensuring that voters are safe, polling units are protected, and law and order are maintained before, during, and after the elections.
Violence broke out in several parts of Osun State as a result of attempts to take over the administration of local government by officials who were sacked by 2 court judgments in November of 2022. Disturbed that the sacked officials are now breaking the gate of their respective local government secretariats to forcefully take over the local government without recourse to law and due process. The House notes that the governor of Osun State, His Excellency Senator Ademola Nuruddin Jackson Adeleke, as the Chief Security Officer of the state, had addressed a press conference on Sunday, 16th of February, and alerted the nation about an imminent threat to peace and security in the state, while calling on the Inspector General of Police and other heads of security formations to take proactive steps to forestall the violence. Concerned that if the current trend of resort to self-help by political actors is not nipped in the bud, it might encourage citizens to do same in the face of perceived rights and privileges. Worried that the present situation in Osun State may snowball into a free-for-all unless urgent actions are taken by relevant authorities.
All right, that's just, a brief of what has happened so far. We have with us today, as I said earlier, a special advisor to Governor Adeleke on legal matters. And he's here with us in the studio, Barrister Nuruddin Karim. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And of course, virtually as well, we have an APC chieftain who was special advisor to former Governor Oyetola, a stakeholder in this matter in the state as well. Honorable Jamiu Olawumi joins us virtually. Good to see you again, sir. Good morning.
It's my pleasure and wonderful encounter with my brother, special advisor on legal matters.
All right. Very well. Let's start from the studio here. I'm sure you are abreast of everything going on.
Of course.
What is your take on this matter? February 10, a judgment of the court was given, and it has been a subject of controversy. People are moving with whatever narrative is comfortable for them. The PDP has theirs, the APC has theirs. The state government is aligning with the PDP, maybe because of the party in power. There was an attempt to take over or to resume by the SAC chairman on Monday, which ended up badly. But yesterday, they have resumed in almost half of this local government, 14 as a last count. Let me take your take on the development so far.
Well, before I go into your question, I would like to first use this opportunity to, on behalf of the state government and His Excellency Governor Jackson Nuruddin Ademola Adeleke, to commiserate with the families of the victims of the avoidable and wanting carnage which erupted in the state, or which has erupted in the state in the last 2 or 3 days. The government, even to now, feels bereaved because these people, these precious lives that have been lost just because some people are desperate to foist themselves on the people, whereas we call what the system of government we are running a democracy, which does not allow anybody to voice himself on the people. So the state government uses this opportunity to commiserate with the families, because even as at yesterday, some of the victims that were receiving treatment at the ICU unit of the hospital died, I think, in Ife. So we feel bereaved. Our hearts are still heavy. So I'm using this opportunity to commiserate with the families. Right. Now, going to your question, I think the emphasis we are placing on the judgment of the February 10 is becoming superfluous.
How so?
This matter is very straightforward. And I'm saying it loud and clear, that a lawyer that has an integrity to protect will be ashamed to come to the public and defend what the APC people are doing and their leaders. It's very straightforward.
Tell us.
The judgment of the February 10, as a member of the People's Democratic Party, we concede that the Court of Appeal struck out the suit filed by the People's Democratic Party against the election conducted on the 15th day of October 2022, which is the election that has been christened yes or no election. We concede. We are not claiming that our suit still exists. The Court of Appeal struck out the suit. Having said that, the reason and the basis upon which we are saying these clowns.
How so?
These clowns.
I want us to be sorry. I want us to be civil. In our approach.
Okay. This yes or no, TV. But permit me to call them yes or no chairman.
Okay.
Sacked, ousted chairman. Permit me to refer to them as that. It is on the basis of the judgment of the Federal High Court obtained by the APP, which is clear, express. The court clearly and expressly nullified the election conducted by the OSEC in Osun State on the 15th day of October 2022. And the court equally went ahead to declare that the officers should vacate the office, the chairman and councillor should vacate the office. The APC appealed against this judgment. They appealed, they filed a notice of appeal in December 2022. You will remember that the judgment obtained by the APP was given by the court in November 2022. In December, they filed a notice of appeal to the Akure division of the Court of Appeal, of the Appeal Court. And the throughout 2023, 2024, having filed a notice of appeal, they never followed up the appeal. They were supposed to compile and transmit records. They were supposed to file briefs of argument to convince court that the judgment delivered by the Federal High Court did not have any legal basis.
Honorable, I want us to be quick because you have
I just want to lay a very good foundation.
Yes, let's be
now, they went to the Court of Appeal. Towards the end of 2024, the APP as a party, who was the respondent to their notice of appeal at the Court of Appeal, brought an application before the Court of Appeal, praying the court to dismiss the appeal filed against their judgment. Because somebody who really has defense against the judgment given will have done something. On the 13th of January, the Court of Appeal slated the application for hearing. The APC lawyer was in court. And the Court of Appeal asked the APC lawyer, counsel, you filed notice of appeal since December 2022 against the judgment obtained by APP. Why you have not done anything? The response of the lawyer was that since that December 2022, the APC as a party and other two appellants had abandoned them.
Okay.
They had not been contacting them, meaning that they were no longer interested. They could not have anything to sustain their appeal. Then the court asked the APP lawyer to move its application, praying the court to dismiss their appeal, meaning because it clearly showed they never had any reasonable ground to sustain the appeal file. Then the court dismissed the appeal, meaning that the Federal High Court judgment obtained by the APP, as we speak, remains binding, subsisting, and valid. And what were the orders made by the Federal High Court to that judgment? The order was that the election conducted by the OSEC in Osun State Local Government Council on the 15th of October was nullified. So, Honorable, so that we are clear. So now, what we are asking the APC to do is to respect that judgment obtained by the APP. You know, that judgment is a judgment in rem. It's a judgment that borders on the election conducted, and the court declared the election stands nullified. The chairman remains sacked. Barrister. What was the basis of them forcefully taking over the local government? Yeah, Barrister, before I move to Honorable Jami on the other end, is what you are saying now, so that we are clear, the judgment of February 10 was a counter to that of the PDP suit, not against that of the APP. It does not have anything to do with. So as far as you are concerned, as far as the Osun State and PDP are concerned, the judgment favoring the APP suit still subsists. Still subsists. So there was no basis for the APC and their chairman to say they are coming back to resume. That is flagrant contempt of court. All right, because that is what has Lord has said. Honorable Jamiu Olawumi, you heard him to say whatever the APC are banding around is response by my Lord against the judgment, against the ruling that struck out that of the PDP. And they are saying, they have been maintaining, I said it again, how about the court judgment subsisting in that of the APP, and that there is nothing that has struck it out? And where do you get the guts to move around to say you are resuming your duties after being sacked in 2022? Honorable, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. It's quite interesting the way my brother, Mr. Nuruddin, has narrated his story.
Okay.
And I cannot find a difference between what he's saying and what the speaker said yesterday, and the press conference of Sunday BC, Mr. Sunday BC, the chairman of PDP, and our very popular Kola Kwalimi. But it's quite unfortunate that out of the 4, 2 are lawyers. And this baffles all other people that we are literate. They are learned. But when the learned is plain and ostrich, you wonder how we manage our democracy and rule of law in Nigeria. Everybody knows that the last judgment in any matter supersedes all earlier orders issued by the court. He is a trained lawyer, he cannot fault that. Second, I was amazed when I saw my good friend Bandele Salam on the floor of the National Assembly arguing that there are judgments of the Federal High Court, and until a competent Superior Court rules otherwise. The competent Superior Court now is the Court of Appeal. And I know this, my brother also knows the role of the Court of Appeal. Then, if you say there was a court ruling against APP or whatever, why did the judges, my eminent lords, ruled on the matter brought by APC? You can't use a case to justify the success of another case and now say it is not going to be effective. I like to say this too. As a lawyer, I put it to you as a lawyer, that Court of Appeal pronouncement on issues leading to even your party being fined 250,000 naira is not going to be binding on you. What type of a lawyer are we talking about? Then when we say that the language of the court cannot be as same as language of people on the streets, the legal profession is a noble profession. And nobility cannot be rubbished because of peculiar language they use. If the court rules that your demands are allowed, your petition is allowed, and find the other party that is losing that has lost the case to have 50,000 naira, are we saying that judgment will not be valid? Let us also go to the demand in the appeal. If you take a matter to appeal court and your request is allowed, it means all your demands have been granted by the court. And one of the grounds of appeal is that they were wrongly sacked. If from people who are wrongly sacked, if their appeal is allowed, it means they cannot be sacked. They were sacked in error, or deliberately, or fictitiously, or maliciously sacked from office. If you now say there's a Supreme Court, a court of competent jurisdiction can only set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court and State High Court, it means you are misleading the public. And we have a responsibility as leaders not to mislead the public. All the conjectures, all the junks PDP and the state government is putting as defense cannot stand the test of time. And let us now go to the issue of getting them back to office. October 10, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when the Court of Appeal ruled, it is when their term of office began. So whether they go to office or not, the lawyer in the studio also knows now that immediately the judgment is given, it starts to bind. So if they choose to wait for CTC and went to office last Monday, right, I support them. Let me tell you, in the press conference that featured Governor Adeleke on Sunday, we have a lot of incitements and ungubernatorial remarks about the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You also have against the Inspector General of Police. Let me now tell you what the responsibility of the federal government should be in the judgment whose CTC had been received. When the CTC got released, signed, and paid for, it was forwarded to the Inspector General of Police, the Director of DG of DSS, Commandant General of Civil Defense, Attorney General of the Federation.
All right. And Honorable, I'm not sure you can hear us right now, but then, you know, you've heard him to say.
Please, I want to quickly react to something.
All right, please hold on. Please hold on. I learned he's back.
Let me finish. Just 1 minute.
All right, yes, yeah.
The Nigerian Police Force has a legal department headed by 3 senior advocates of Nigeria. The DSS also has. Commandant, the NCDC, Civil Defense also have. If they were served and their senior advocates of Nigeria sat on it to recommend.
All right, Honorable.
Excuse me, what you are doing in Osun State, and as a lawyer, you are aiding treason. And you are better trained.
All right, Honorable, sorry. So that I will just get it clear, this serve, you know, of the CTC on the DSS, the Inspector General of Police, the NSCDC, was it done by the court bailiff or the APC?
By court bailiff.
All right, you wanted to respond to something.
And I'm not going to...
He has said some things that are clearly...
If you obtain CTC,
please hold on. I think
and you tell people who are going to assist you in implementation of the judgment,
all right,
you are free to do.
All right. Yes, Honorable, before I take it back to the studio, I wanted to clarify something. Now, you know, there was a court ruling, you know, the suit of the APP in which sacked the particular chairman. Please hold on, sir.
For lack of diligence prosecution, it was dismissed.
All right.
It was not. The case was never argued.
Just hold on, sir. I will give you the floor to answer quickly. Yes, that was the judgment that sacked this particular, you know, chairman that have resumed now, quote and unquote, in those local councils. But the one on February 10 was the one against the PDP, OSEC, and those responded. How about the suit of the APP that was granted? How about that particular one?
Let me tell you this. You and I know that the Court of Appeal will not disqualify or go back on their judgment. And if there was a judgment that indicated such within the same court, listened to by the same panel of judges, they won't go ahead to give another judgment on February 10. That is very simple. It's as simple as that.
All right.
If there's a court that has given a judgment on Osun local government election, and which judgment it is the judgment of February 10, 2025.
All right, fair enough. I understand.
It's in the studio.
Yes, I understand we have to go on a break right now. Please hang in there, gentlemen. When we return, we will pick it up from there. It's still about the crisis, you know, as far as local government administration is concerned in Osun State, which has sadly, needlessly, you know, taken the life of some precious, you know, persons in the state, so that we don't have a repeat. And of course, in the face of the law, where are we right now? Just sit back. We'll be back.
Pangolins help us by eating ants and termites, but they breed very slowly, just one baby every 2 years. And if we continue to eat them, they will disappear, and we'll have more ants and termites that destroy our food and crops. I know you don't want that, do you? So please, say no to illegal bushmeat. Say no to pangolins, to monkeys, to crocodiles, to snakes. Because protecting nature protects all of us.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned to us. We're going to be going to the barrister now. I know we are itching to actually respond to what the Honorable said, but before that, I'll drop a question so you can respond together.
All right.
Okay. From what you have said and from what the Honorable has said, it seems clear that there is a stand of misunderstanding about the whole concept of the court, because you're coming from another angle and he's coming from another angle. So how can we clarify this issue on ground?
That is, I've said it. He has raised some issues of law.
Yeah,
I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
It's unfortunate. My brother is not a lawyer, but their lawyers avoid them with lies. Some of the things that my brother has said, I can tell you, some of their lawyers cannot come to the public and say it because it goes into their integrity as lawyers. How will you be telling me? Then that's number one. He said something about when the Court of Appeal gives two decisions, the later one prevails. I confronted one of their lawyers on Facebook yesterday. He ran away. Because I need to get this issue clear. Yes, there is a principle in law that says when the Court of Appeal gives two conflicting judgments. The one that comes later will prevail. But they are using that to confuse members of public. Lawyers know what I'm saying. That principle applies only when, for instance, the Court of Appeal addresses a legal issue. And in the first judgment, the same legal issue, take for instance, the exact example I gave to that person yesterday was that the PDP case was struck out because, or on the ground, on the technical ground, that as at the time the PDP took its matter to court, the then OSEC had not published notice of election. So in law, we call it that the cause of action given the PDP basis to approach court had not come up. It was that basis the Court of Appeal struck out the suit of PDP. That as at the time PDP approached the court, the cause of action, which was the intendment, the preparedness of the then OSEC to conduct election, had not been made known by OSEC. So where did PDP get the rumor? So the suit of the PDP was founded on mere speculation and rumor. It was on that basis that the Court of Appeal struck out the suit.
How about this?
Now, the APP case, that legal error, as held by the Court of Appeal, did not come up in the APP case. APP filed its own case after the then OSEC had published the notice of election. So the idea of PDP went to court filing a case before the cause of action arose did not occur in the case of APP. So we were not talking about the principle of the Court of Appeal giving conflicting judgment. No. That is the only basis, the only situation when that principle can occur is assuming APP as well went to court before the OSEC published election notice. All right. Let me explain clearly. Yeah. Assuming the two parties find their briefs or find their originating summons before OSEC published notice. And when the Court of Appeal wanted to give judgment on that of the APP on the same issue, the Court of Appeal says, okay, bringing your action, a speculative action, does not affect the jurisdiction of the court. All right. You know, that's the position. Assuming the Court of Appeal said that in the case of APP, and now in the case of PDP, the Court of Appeal now changed its position by saying bringing a speculative suit affects the position of the court. That is when we now say the same legal issue. The position of the Court of Appeal are different. But in this case, the basis upon which the PDP case was struck out is different from the basis upon which the appeal fight against the APP case was dismissed. All right, Barrister. Where they apply that principle? Because of time. I have the Supreme Court. I know. Just because of, you have to give equal time. But before I will come into Honorable Jamiu very soon now. But you said something about the lawyers and everybody have the knowledge, by the way, the interpretation is what we are talking about. You made mention of something to say even their lawyers cannot come up publicly to confirm, please hold on, to confirm their position on this matter. The National Secretary of the APC is a lawyer, and he has come out publicly to talk on the matter, and they are towing the same position. So you're talking about the APC cannot... With respect, you listen to the National Police Secretary, what is his name? The National Secretary, not Publicity Secretary. The National Secretary. Former Senator Ajibola Bashir. Okay, former Barrister... What do you call the name again? Senator Ajibola Bashiru. Yeah. If you, I watched the interview. If you listen to him again, you will know he was not comfortable with the position. How do you know that? At a point, he wanted to digress. Okay. That assuming without considering that the judgment was so. And that was at the point people knew he was not convinced by the position. Please hold on. He maintained it. Let me go back to Honorable Jamiu Olaomi. You heard him.
I heard him.
Go ahead. You have the floor.
Yes, Mr. Nugudin. If PDP has competent lawyers, they wouldn't have filed a case when the action has not started, has not taken place. That is the lesson the Court of Appeals gave to you. You have the right to to add it to your knowledge or refuse it. Second, you are saying that there's a contradictory judgment. Where is that? A suit was dismissed for poor or non-diligent prosecution. You understand? Even people at Oluode Market will understand poor and non-diligent prosecution. That case was never argued. No written address. So what are you talking about? The only subsisting judgment of the Court of Appeal is that of February 10. And you are fined. So stop misleading the public. You yourself, there was a case on this channel that you participated and I was giving you kudos. Don't lose your head because and integrity because of the opposition. You are confusing the people of Osun. You are instigating violence. Because when you lay a claim what has not happened and what is not effective, you are instigating violence. We have a collective responsibility to protect people's life and property. So please don't, because of an appointment. I was in office, I'm no longer in office. You one day leave that place. Don't publish your integrity because of less than 500,000 per month.
All right. Now,
it has taken judgment. APC have taken that judgment. And let me tell you, that offices were not vacant. And I like to tell you for free that office is not vacant.
Okay, Honorable, can you hear me, please?
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
Definitely, it's clear that we are going to be on different grounds because we are from different parties and all the rest. But like I asked the barrister here, I said, how can we clarify this issue? Because it seems like we're getting two different interpretations of this court ruling. You're giving us another interpretation. The barrister here has given us another interpretation. Isn't it, how can we get everybody together for this interpretation to be clarified properly?
Thank you, my sister. And it's a very intelligent question you have asked. I'll give you a precedent in electoral litigation. In 2009, there was John Kayode Fayemi versus Segun Oni. They were to do a rerun of some wards and units. When the judgment did not specify the number of units, they went back to Court of Appeal. And every unit, even for local government that was not argued, was added to where they were going to do a rerun. They know it's either you go to Supreme Court to appeal against judgment to the Court of Appeal, which they are clandestinely not doing, which they are not doing mischievously to instigate violence in the state, or go back to Court of Appeal for interpretation. What is stopping them from going back to Akure? Ask them if they are not planning to be killing people around. Why would they not appeal to the Supreme Court? And this is a lawyer telling you all that is not correct. They should be bold enough to go back to Akure for interpretation or go to Supreme Court. When Governor Deke was given judgment at the Court of Appeal, did they say he should go, he has been declared the governor? Or the ruling there was the appeal succeeds. What is
Honorable Jamiu, let me quickly butt in here and ask you this question. That, you have been accused, the party in the state have been accused of self-help. That assuming without conceding, if you think that that judgment has favored you, and as you have said, the moment it was given, according to you, then it counts, is binding. And the state government on Sunday, through the governor, said some persons are planning to take over Secretariat. The police should please do what they have to do. The president should please come in on the matter. That should have waited, as a law-abiding party, not just a result. According to them, the State House of Assembly has used that word. Honorable Bamde Salam with the PDP caucus in Osun State have used that word. Many persons say you resorted to self-help. You said you are in favor of the judgment. And you couldn't wait, for you to follow. Maybe the police and all of these security agencies will have handled it better. Why did that happen? Because people have died on both sides of the divide.
let me tell you, don't be confused because they are.
I'm not. I'm just asking.
Don't be confused. And I don't want, when I say don't be confused, I'm talking to the people watching us, not
All
you.
right. All right.
Yeah. If Bamdele Salami, lawyer, will say they are subsisting lower court judgments, is being clever by half. He knows that after lower court, there's an appellate court. This, my brother, Nuri, also know that after arguments and the lower court, they go to appeal. And they have gone there to argue the case. Not that they were given judgment, they were given judgment against them because they were not present. They argued the case. That's number 2. Number 3 is, we went to county secretariats because we were lawful to do so. But they came to drag people out. Their thoughts came. I can tell you for free, there were rumors in town that they camped Talk in Odoti from Ofa. They also brought in Niger Delta courtists. And we saw them in town. And I saw 2 buses yesterday with strange faces, knowing that police strategic forces are in town, they were running out of Osun State. It is the choice of Governor Adeleke to kill Osun people. And that's what he has done.
That's a big statement, Honorable. We are speaking to fact here.
I take responsibility. Governor Adeleke chose to disrupt the peace of the town.
One would say this takeover of local government, sir, before I come to Barrister.
Return to office.
This return to office, as used by you, one would say the local the Norgate members are not at work. Their parent body told everybody to stand down. NLC told his members to stand down. That means, please hold on, sir. That means those secretariats are under lock and key. So how the chairman enter and who are they working with? Because we have 14 local governments have been, had your people resume yesterday. Who are they resuming with?
14 local government as at 9 a.m. We were in offices, secretariats of local governments in 25 local governments yesterday. We are going today for the first time because that was the arrangement to go to office today. So don't quote 14, 25.
25. The PDP and the AP and the state government have said you broke into.
Now. I was in the station office monitoring resumption.
All right.
5 local government yesterday, not 14.
So the workers are not there. Who are you going to be working with?
Talk now. You invited me to talk now.
Yes, please go ahead, sir. I'm just asking so that you answer.
Let me talk now.
Please do. You have the floor, Honorable.
Did for me yesterday at 9 a.m. That was when I told them that at 9 a.m. today, we have resumed in 14 local governments. So at the end of the day, it was 25. Oshogbo resumed at 12 o'clock. Olonda resumed at 12 o'clock. So that we should get ourselves clearer.
Right.
Second, I was in government and I've worked with government. Without being immodest, I've worked with 7 governors. 7 governors. When there is a strike or people or workers are called out, the executive arm, the leadership continues to work. The governor will not stop to work and awarding contracts and doing state duties because workers are on strike. So get it clear.
All right, please, kindly hang in there. Let's have the Barrister.
I just want 2 questions. I want people listening to us, whenever they're arguing like this, to throw just 2 questions to them. They fight 2 separate appeals. No dispute. Not single appeal. Because what they are trying to do now is to marry the case of the PDP with that of the APC. Whereas they were 2 separate cases. And there's this presumption, there's this principle in law. We call it presumption of validity of judgment. Decision of court until set aside by a higher court.
Why wouldn't you go to Supreme Court?
As long as that judgment remains subsisting, as long as that judgment has not been, that particular judgment has not been set aside, it remains binding. The question is, ask them, Has any court set aside the judgment obtained by the APP, nullified the election, restraining them from going to the local government council? That's the first question they be avoiding. They will only be telling you stories.
No, you can't.
They will be referring to another judgment. That's number one question.
Honorable Jamiu is here. He can answer.
That's number one question. They should give us a straightforward answer. As any court, any higher court, set aside the judgment obtained by the APP, nullifying the election, yes or no election, and sacking.
So what's the other
point?
What's the other point?
The other point is this appeal, the appeal they filed against the judgment of the APP. Why did they abandon?
Honorable Jamiu, if you can, 1 minute.
Why did they abandon it?
You have asked a question. Let him answer.
Mr. Nuruddin.
Yes, sir.
Please, I want you to add some integrity to your positions. Court of Appeal in Akure will not claim to be unaware of the judgment you are talking about that was struck out before they give their judgment. You know that too as a lawyer.
That's why they didn't make the order. That's why they didn't give you any express order that you should be reinstated. You are only bringing that interpretation into it.
You asked me a question now. Listen. Or you want to add to your question.
I know it's the first question, sir.
Okay, add to your question so that I can take everything together.
No. But we have a minute for this, sir. Honorable, please. You have the floor for 1 minute.
Nuruddin knows, my brother there, he knows that they have a right of appeal against that judgment. I encourage him to convince his CAU to go. You have
not answered the question. The question thrown to you. I want a direct answer to the two questions. Has any court of appeal set aside the judgment of the APP, sacking your chairman? As any decision of the court of appeal, bearing in mind the principle of law of presumption of regularity.
Hold on. Let him hear an answer.
Was that case argued at the court of appeal?
The fact that you abandoned it means the appeal has been dismissed.
Abandoning a case is not your duty.
It means the judgment.
It's not your business.
Let me educate you, sir. When the court of appeal dismisses your appeal for want of decision, the position of the law by the Supreme Court is that that decision is a judgment.
All right. Let me ask.
That decision is a judgment.
Gentlemen,
ask your lawyers.
Gentlemen, please hold on.
Ask your lawyers. Those that have integrity among them.
We don't have all the time. Honorable, please hold on. Let me ask you a question here, Honorable Jamiu Olawumi. The Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, OCEC, have said, with what is happening or with what has not happened, they are going ahead with the local government election on Saturday, 22nd of February. And your party, the APC, was part of, of the whole process, preparing, campaigning before. But with these local government, issues that we are having, you have confirmed to us this morning that as of last night, 25 of these 30 local government councils have your, chairman and your councillors resumed, according to you. Will the APC still be part of the local government election coming up on Saturday?
Let me give you this logic. If you are looking from a caretaker to rent an apartment, and all of a sudden you won a house in a promo of all these multinational companies, will you go ahead to hire a house?
Honorable Jamiu, the question is a yes or no. Will the APC participate or not?
We will not participate because we have a judgment that says we are in office.
All right. Just one question. There was a release from your party. I saw it officially on one of your social media handles where I think it was where you made a release in honor of those persons that died from your camp. You said everybody should not go to the local councils for now. But yesterday you went ahead to these local councils. What happened?
They didn't go there on Tuesday.
Okay, it was only on the day of the burial.
Listen.
Yeah.
For now, the meaning is don't go to the council on Tuesday for now. And we have resumed.
You didn't mention Tuesday in the release, sir.
All right. I will come back to take Honorable Jamiu's closing. Now, they have said, according to him, 25 of these local councils are in their hands right now. And duly so, they said they have the backing of the law. The PDP or the governor said everybody should vacate the local councils. Yes. Now, it appears that they are in charge. What is the position of the government?
Another tier of
position. My brother, let me tell you.
Please hold on, sir.
Let me tell you, and I'm saying it loud and clear.
Yes.
I want Mr. Jami to listen very well. What we witnessed yesterday was not taken.
Where?
Was a clear case of housebreaking. It was a comedy taken too far.
When the
we have been in this democratic process for a while.
Open the door for them.
Is that the way for a judgment is enforced?
Don't forget.
Now, I want to emphasize something. Let me make my submission, sir.
Honorable Jami, please hold on.
Now, we have been in this democratic process for a while. They were not. You know, there are different when you are in court and you are in power. The position of the law is different from when you are in court, but you are not on seat. If any court wants you to go back to that seat, there will be an express consequential order.
They are saying they have it. They don't
have consequential. Let me tell you. I want to educate them. The consequential order being referred to in law. When we say consequential order, a consequential order refers to an order made by the court of its own volition, so motu, another that you have not asked for directly. That's what we mean by consequential order. The only consequential order in that judgment is the order as to cost to be paid by the People's Democratic Party. If you look at their 8 reliefs, you will not see any relief where they were asking that the cost to award a cost of 250,000 naira against
barrister,
the PDP.
Because of time. My question is this. The APC are saying they are in charge in 25 of 30. What is the position of the state government on this matter?
The position of the state government is that what they did yesterday was inflation, not taking over.
So what will you do?
Who received them? Who received them? You asked a very brilliant question, which he dodged. That who opened the gates for them? Who opened the doors for them? Yesterday, there are some footages making the rounds now. Some of them were breaking things, destroying things. Was that part of enforcement of the judgment of order of the Court?
Sorry,
there's one thing you have not asked them. The law has a legal procedure for the enforcement of the judgment. If you have a judgment and somebody disturbs you from enforcing it, you have the right to approach the court. Section 287 of the Constitution is clear. You have the right to approach the court to get the judgment enforced.
The APC has said as well, barrister, that if you are not pleased with what is happening, you to have a right to approach the court.
It is their judgment. No, okay, Barbara. We concede that the PTP suit has been struck out.
Obviously.
What do you want us to go and argue again? But we are saying there is a judgment in rem. In rem means that a judgment that binds a particular subject matter.
The APP judgment.
The APP judgment. It is an order of the court to the whole world that nobody should recognize the election aid.
Quickly, we have to round off now. The PDP chairman.
The yes or no election.
Please hold on.
Nobody should recognize
the PDP chairman Honorable Sonibis gave a press conference yesterday, and it appears, and in fact, he has cast aspersion on the IGP to be in collusion with the APC and all of those things. Now, it appears your principal, Governor Adeleke, is the chief security officer, barrister.
Yes.
But it appears he's not in charge right now.
You see, that's what we are saying. That's another manifestation of the desperation.
Is this state on autopilot?
You see, I want to put that blame on the IGP. To me, with respect, the IGP is an elderly man.
Yeah.
He's our Baba.
He's a senior lawyer.
But he has not acted.
Well, then we have to go.
He has acted below the standards.
According to the PDP?
Professional standards.
Yeah.
Expected. You will notice what we call conspiracy between the IGP, who takes instruction from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You will prove it.
They made the police.
Barrister, we have to go.
The police made a release.
We have to go.
They made a release.
We have to go. Yeah. I understand. Now,
the IGP has acted below the professional standards expected of him. About 10 persons died.
Your parting question, sir. Sorry, we have to go. Barrister, we have to go.
Yeah. The IGP should be to restore order
It's Governor
police. It was under the watch of police.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's what I said.
All right, we have to go. Gentlemen, we have to go. If time permits, in the coming days, we will still bring you back.
Yeah.
Barrister Nuruddin, Special Advisor on Legal Affairs to Governor Adeleke, thank you for your time and your take. And of course, Honorable Jamiu Olawumi, APC chieftain, and of course, former advisor to former Governor Itola. Thank you for your time and your take. We have to go.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, we have to go.
That's a wonderful.
Thank you.
Mr. Jamiu.
We have to go. No, we have to go. Thank you, Zoms.
Yeah, thank you very much for staying with us. I remain Osun State. Stay safe.
All right, Femi Ojo is my name. We make a return tomorrow. God willing. God bless Osun State. God bless Nigeria.